that's really gorgeous. Alright guys, the next product that I want to do a review is that this is a makeup primer that I'm pretty sure there are many people out there have been talking about this primer before, because it does have a very exclusive ingredient, and that is a 24 karat of gold, and that primer is a Guerlain Paris L'Or Radiant Primer. I'm pretty sure. Guys, so this primer is actually a very exclusive brand, very exclusive ingredients, because it does have a real 24 karat of gold that is gonna melt into your skin once you're applying it in there. And one thing that you might want to note, this primer, it's gonna be hydrating your skin very well. So if you want to apply it before your makeup, you want to make sure that at the end of the day, if you still want to have a look that is natural and kind of matte or something, depends on what type of foundation that you apply on your face. But people have been talking about this primer before, and also I read an online review. You want to lock this primer without looking shiny, then you might want to need a very good setting powder, or like a touch-up powder or something like that, to keep your face like look natural and matte without having too much shines in there, you know, like when you're still doing your activity throughout the day. Alright guys, when you take the bottle out of the box, it comes like this. You can tell guys, this is a really fancy looking makeup primer packaging, and I just, you know guys, I just can't wait to try this primer. Took one palm of the primer on the back of my hand in here, and it's very runny. The consistency is kind of like, I'm not saying it's watery, it's still kind of like, you know, gel consistency, things like that. Alright guys, so I just applied the one palm of Guerlain L'Or Radiant Primer on my skin, and the first thing that I noticed is that it really hydrates your skin well in there. I mean, I would say it does hydrate very well, and your skin feels like, you know, like revamped in there, and it's really soft, it's really smooth. It does have water in there. That's probably the reasons why this primer is gonna make your skin feel so hydrated, so fresh, so smooth. It's kind of like a baby skin. Alright guys, let's move on to the next product of the category, a very high-end makeup brand. And the product that I want to talk about now is that a Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. On the shades, I picked number 9, and I'm pretty sure there's no name about the shades in there. It just say number, and this number 9 is actually dark in here, but I can't really remember like how many shades they do have in the store, but I'm sure that they do have tone that is darker than number 9. So that's because like I remember at that time I was gonna pick that shade. That's probably number 10 or 11 if I'm not mistaken, but then they happen to be unavailable in stock at that time, so that's why I just picked number 9. When you're taking the bottle out of the box, it's gonna look like this. The packaging is also looking great, and it's like, you know, it's really high-end looking brand of Giorgio Armani. I know that Giorgio Armani product is really great for your skin. It does a really great job in there. The result of the makeup of the foundation looks very incredible. Like it's really great. There's like, I would say gorgeous, like pretty beautiful. Like there is no other words I can describe about these foundations. Alright, without further ado, let's jump into the product. Yeah, my impressions about this foundation is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation is really, truly amazing. Alright guys, the next product that I'm going to talk about is a translucent powder from one of the makeup brands out there, and this is still on the very high-end makeup category that I was talking about before. And yeah, but one thing that I want to tell you guys, I just do another layer on my other parts of my face using a Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, but I didn't apply on my neck, so that's why if you're wondering why my face and my neck kind of look different, because I didn't put any foundations down there. I just do the foundations the entire face except the neck. Alright, and now the translucent powder that I want to talk about is that the translucent powder from YSL. So this is the product of the YSL translucent powder, and I'm picking the shades number 2. Now guys, I'm just gonna jump right into the product. Alright guys, now like my face is fully covered by the translucent powder from YSL and match with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation all together. Next product that I want to talk about is the Chanel eyeshadow Le Beige Healthy Glow Natural Eyeshadow Palette in the color of Deep. Guys, when you're taking the product out of the box, it comes like this. Like, this is a really fancy looking packaging of the Chanel eyeshadow, and it does come with a small pouch, which is kind of like, you know, like kind of cute. And when you're taking the eyeshadow palettes out of the pouch, it's gonna be looking like this. When you're opening the product, you will see these fancy looking eyeshadows right there, and yes, like you might probably like see that kind of like the oops. I'm gonna do a little swatch on this eyeshadow, guys. This is the swatches of the eyeshadows from the Chanel Le Beige palette, and yes, they're actually, you might not be able to see the color that I swatch right here. This is actually the color, like a very light brown over there, and also like the thing that I noticed in there, so you got 2 golds in there, which I thought they're actually coming on the same color in there, but when I did swatch on my hand, it's kind of different one to another, and the gold right here is actually like more glowing, you know, than the one over here. And so that's probably the thing that you guys also found out right there if you have swatched this thing, the same thing before. And also, alright, so maybe I'm just gonna tell you that this is the light brown from the palette, and this is a dark brown, and these 2 shades over here, that's the gold color, but I'm pretty sure this one is more glowing and more goldy than the one right here, and this is another brown color, but I'm pretty sure this brown is darker than this one too. So if you're looking at the shades again in there, so yes, those 2 golds color in there, they're kind of like looking almost similar to each other, but right there, the one in here that I'm pointing at is actually more goldy and more glowing than the one right there, and that's the darkest color of all on the palette, and this is kind of like in between of those 2 shades up there. And yeah, so that is a really beautiful color when you guys watching the eyeshadow onto your skin, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna give you like that kind of like a fancy, exclusive, and you know, expensive looking when you're using the Chanel eyeshadow, and that's always gonna be like one thing that I love from that makeup brand. Guys, like I'm still loving the look of my face after using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Foundation, and it does really great job in there pairing up with the YSL translucent powder. Anyway guys, the next product that I want to talk about is the Marc Jacobs, the Provocateur eyeshadow palette in there. Once you open the palette, it comes with a very beautiful white mirror. I'm saying the palette itself is also looking great and gorgeous in there. I'm just gonna do like a quick swatch for you guys. Alright guys, so this is a little swatch that I did in here on my skin, and if you're looking all these swatches in here, I'm just gonna name the every single shades that I got right here that you're probably looking not the greatest one, but I'm trying the best. So right here it says in bed, and this is the name that the Marc Jacobs gives on the palette in there. So alright, once again, so this is in bed and just stay as well. You might, otherwise, with style, and stay. You probably noticed the one over here, the one with the name with style, doesn't really come out like as pigmented as you thought probably, but the other shades over here, they're actually looking gorgeous. They're great, and also when you're looking at the camera, like when I'm pulling back my hand, you can actually tell, you can still tell like the color of those shades really stand out. And yeah, and they're very great eyeshadows palette that you can get from Marc Jacobs. Alright guys, the last product that I want to review is that it's a lip blush from Chanel, and it says a Rouge Cocoa Lip Blush, Hydrating Lip and Cheek Sheer Color. The first time I looked at this product, I was surprised that this lip blush that actually can be used for both lip and cheek if you wish you do that. And this lip blush is really gorgeous, is really nice, is really beautiful. I did try before I purchased this product at the store at Chanel yesterday, and I really love the products. So without further ado, let's try the product. Right here. Oops, kind of like a little stiff. Just did try putting that lip blush on my lips, and it's looking like this. And this is actually very natural. If you want to have something that is like more covering, then you might want to put the Chanel lipstick all together with this lip blush on the top of it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna give you like more a standout result when you're doing your makeup. And also I did a little swatch right here on my hand, and this is like a really, you know, like rosy, but this is not rosy as it is said on the package. It says the Corel Natural number 410, and yes, they do have that color that I just mentioned before. They do have that rosy color that I was intending to pick yesterday instead of this one, but I found this one is more eye-catching, I think. And that's it. Alright guys, so this is the end of the review on my very first video on YouTube, and I hope you guys liked the video. If you liked the video, please give it thumbs up, and if you want to see more other videos similar like these, just comment down below. And if you have any questions, or if you want to see like other videos, me doing a review on makeup products on the other brands, just comment down below as well, and you can share this video if you like, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.